Morning to you, Ellie. I know you were there all of yesterday, way into the evening last night, where there were so many people milling about and laying their tributes. It must be quite a sight there this morning, just seeing all the tributes by the gate.
It truly is, and good morning to you, Stephen and Anne. And already there are well-wishers and mourners here outside Windsor Castle. You might be able to make out some people behind me. I've been here since 5 o'clock this morning, and there were already people here laying flowers, reading through the tributes, bowing their head in prayer. They were parked up just outside Windsor Park, and I did say good morning to some people who are already heading back home after paying their respects. So people have been visiting here clearly throughout the night. And what has happened here behind us, there were thousands of bouquets coming out as far as the grass behind me yesterday. There were in fact so many that the railings have been installed behind me. And there are signs that have been put up on the left and right here outside the state entrance of Windsor Castle explaining that 80% of those bouquets have now been moved into St George's Chapel, which is inside Windsor Castle, and that's so they can be seen by members of the royal family once they arrive back here in Windsor. We know many of them live here on the Windsor estate, and those signs there also explain that all of the letters, all of the cards, all of the notes have been so beautifully handwritten by well-wishers and mourners. They're going to be kept for the royal family to read through. And I've just been speaking to some of the castle staff here, because there is heavy police presence and many castle staff that have been stood here throughout the night, and they've said that they are expecting thousands upon thousands of people to arrive here at Windsor Castle today to pay their respects, and they're saying they had to clear those bouquets in order to make room for the amount of floral tributes that they are expecting today. And that is because Windsor Castle is such a significant place to Her Majesty, the late Queen Elizabeth II. She came here first in World War II as a child evacuee to live. She stayed here for several months with her sister at the time. It was actually in Windsor Castle that she broadcast on the radio to fellow child evacuees and telling them that everything was going to be okay. In the past few years, we saw her return once again to Windsor Castle to live. This time it was during the coronavirus pandemic. You'll remember HMS Bubble, which was the name of that tiny circle of trusted staff that she and the Duke of Edinburgh lived alongside during the lockdown. And it was here where they spent their 73rd wedding anniversary in November 2020. So it was such a special place to Her Majesty. We still have to get used to speaking about her in the past tense, which is so difficult, isn't it? But it was such a special place to her, and it's such a special place to the people of Windsor as well, because they considered her a resident, they considered her a neighbour, and I'm sure we're going to see similar scenes of grief and mourning as we did yesterday.